Persuasions occur internally. You can persuade someone who you trust by appealing with a convincing argument, back up with the solid facts, or accessing strong emotions. However, nobody can hope to persuade anybody with 100% guaranteed success. You can only design for persuasion. Ultimately, that audience or users has to persuade himself of the validity of the message. This is where the elaboration likelihood model (ELM) comes in. What does elaboration means here? It refers to how much conscious thought you put into making a decision. It refers to the extent of critical thinking that an audience member gives to the persuasive method. We also have here the two types of elaboration. The first one is the high elaboration, which weighs up information carefully before making your decision. The next is the low elaboration, which invests little conscious thinking time into making your decision. The three factors determines if your elaboration is likely to be high: the motivation, ability, and opportunity. The three factors may proceed to any of the two: root processing and the elaboration likelihood model. So what are the two ways of roots information processing? The first one is the central root processing, which is taken when the recipient is guided by an elaborate amount of critical thinking about what is said in the persuasive message. The amount of critical thinking expended is dependent on two general factors: the receiver's motivation and the receiver's ability. And we have here the three components that comprise the motivation factor: the relevance of the topic to the receiver, variety of credible sources, and the penchant for mulling over arguments. Next, we have the peripheral root processing, which means that the receiver looks to less central consideration in processing the message. The audience will pay less attention to the message itself while being influenced by the secondary factors. And now we have the three major heuristics: the credibility heuristic, likableness, and consensus heuristic. And as for the news example, the COVID-19 vaccines that recently came out to end the pandemic in the Philippines, it was said that all citizens of this country must undergo it, and this time elaboration likelihood model can help you decide. And here comes the ways of root information processing. If you are an audience who carefully evaluates the information before making a decision, you will fall for the central root processing. And if you are an audience who decided yes because most influential person undergo himself vaccination, it will be good with the peripheral root processing. In summary, ELM is a figure of persuasion that explains how you can motivate people in any of the two processing roots. So when the elaboration is high, people are using central root processing, and when the elaboration is low, people use peripheral root processing. And in summary, ELM tries to predict when and how the audience will be persuaded.